Alright guys, this is MWUSA Season 3, Episode 143. This is part 2 of our overnight trip, Wednesday night to Thursday afternoon. So right now, I am almost to my next casino. It's almost 10 p.m. And so I came to this area. If you didn't just finish the last episode, I came to this area because I had pretty much exhausted everything in the other area. And other than one casino that had blackjack available for me, there really wasn't much else going on. And I would have to wait in the parking lot for a while before the shift changes. So I decided just to use that time to drive to this area. So in this area, this is a bigger casino, a lot sweatier casino, a lot more slot action, a lot more hustlers as well. So just got to be really careful. When I come to this area, sometimes I'll win 3,000 or 4,000, sometimes I'll lose a couple thousand, and their slots can be tough sometimes as well. So I just got to be really careful, and although there's a lot of people, don't take the plays too early. So far on this overnight, I believe we're ahead almost 4,000, if not 4,000 already. I haven't added all of it up, but about $4,000. So the goal would be to make another 2,000 to 3,000 tonight and tomorrow, which is Thursday, and then Friday round out the week, hopefully in a good way as well, maybe 1,000 or 1,500 on Friday. So that's what's going on right now. I'm going to let you go enjoy the rest of the ride here, and I'll be back to update you. All right guys, just pulling into this casino. It was a long drive to get here. It's dark, and I'm ready to go. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I'm a little worried that I've been here too much lately. These guys are not easy to deal with. They're very suspicious. So we'll see what happens. We'll see who the pit is, and if it's someone I recognize, I may or may not play blackjack in the high limit area. I may just play in the regular low limit area, or I may not play at all. So we'll see what happens, but we're definitely playing slots here. It's just going to be a matter of what we find. Hopefully we find a good blackjack table, and we focus on blackjack. So I'm going to let you go right now, and I am going to park here, and I'm going to go in and make some money. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So it is after midnight now, after almost 1 o'clock now, and just leaving this casino, and things didn't go as well as I planned. There's a new machine that I've been experimenting with and working with someone on, and I decided to give it a shot today. It was right where I thought it needed to be, and I played it through. I got a jackpot, but still ended up losing over $1,100 on it. It's not worth it. It does pay, but it's too random, and I suspect it's as such, but it seemed like it could work. And now reading a little bit more about it and actually spinning the reels a couple thousand times and seeing how it plays, I realized that it's not worth the risk going forward to play that. So overall for slots, I ended the session down $1,192. And then here's the problem is I ended up with a jackpot there, and that made me really nervous because then I was going to play double deck blackjack, and these guys are pretty sweaty as it is, and now they have my name. So I decided just to take it real easy on the blackjack. Instead of playing the high limit, I played the low limit double deck table. And actually these dealers were very inexperienced. At one point the dealer had a 21, I had a 16. He paid me, and then he finally noticed it at the end, last second, and called the pit boss over and reversed it. But I just had a minimum bet out at that time, which was $25. The other thing that this guy did was he cut it way too thin, so that I actually counted the cards as we were dealing, as well as kept track of the count. So did both. Basically I just remembered what the count was, and at the end of the round counted all the cards and added to it. and he actually cut it 7 cards deep, 7 cards. And when the other dealer came back from break, he burned a card, and then he dealt the first card to me, and then the cut card came out, and I was pretty nervous about that. By then it was around the neutral count anyway, but I was nervous that they were going to run out of cards and they were going to look into it and all that. But we didn't run out of cards. We both ended up I ended up using 3 cards and him 2 cards, and there was a couple cards left, and we were done. So I ended up playing for about 35 or 40 minutes, and I ended up ahead 350 on the double deck. I really didn't want to push it, like I said. Although on another day, I think on the double deck in the low limit, I may push it, and I may even consider, I don't know about using a card there, but I've seen people last a week there using a card and they were counting. But then they put you in OSN, so what's the point of all that? What are you going to make in that week? So anyway, that's where I ended up, minus 1192 slots, plus 350 blackjack, and I'm heading back to the other market that I was in. We're going to play blackjack at least 2 locations. We won't get there till about 3 o'clock, and then may get a nap from there, and then just figure things out. So I just got gas before I got to this casino, so I should be good, and then I'll fill up again on the way home. Let's do the segments here. What did you eat today, MW? Actually, my wife woke up real early and made me a sandwich, a ham and cheese. It was ham, cheese, ham, cheese, ham. So 3 layers of ham, 2 layers of cheese. Then she went back to sleep. But cucumbers, carrots. I had a salad, a chef salad that had turkey and ham, and I had waters. I had 1 soda the whole day, and I had a Slim Jim, so just some protein there. So that's what I had today. Not bad, better than it's been in the past, and I've felt pretty well today. So variance has been on my side today, except for that 1 slot. So let's go back and see what else we can do. I still have a lot of chips to cash, so we'll use chips to buy in these locations. And I'll come back and let you know what's going on. Right now the temperature's dropped all the way down to 63 degrees, and I'll be back. Alright guys, just pulled into this casino. I'm going to go in and see what we can do about making some money, blackjack, whatever. And so far I'm feeling good. It's early morning. Everything is good. I'm feeling fine. We're going to go in and add to our winnings. So going to let you go, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, about 5 a.m. right now, and I'm doing okay. Feeling just starting to get a little bit tired. I've been awake for 24 hours now, driving fine, doing everything fine. Just want to update you on what's going on. I went into the next casino. I did not have any of their chips, and I sat down at a $100 table, spreading from one hand at 100 to 2 hands at 500. And actually, I spread it like that early on, and then later on, I went, I guess to 2 by 500. The problem was later I had to be out in the main area, and they're more watchful there because people don't play with that kind of money usually. So in the high limit area, buy in for 500 and lose it in 2 hands. First hand, $100 hand, split to 3. It was all 2s, and doubled the first one and lost them all. Lost the second hand and rebought. Lost another 500 and rebought. So I bought in for 500 4 times, and then I started buying in for 1,000 because the count was high, and I was stuck for 4,500 when I decided to leave that area. So there was 3 tables in the high limit area. First table, super negative count. Second table, super negative count. They weren't redoing the shoes, so I kept on moving on to another table. Third table, super negative count, so I ended up leaving the high limit area down $4,500. I go to the low limit area, and they have one table with a little bit of a higher limit, but it has a low limit max bet, so which is not a factor for me right now, so I'm not too worried about that. But so they lower the minimum. I mean, they raise the minimum, but they keep the max the way it is, so you can spread less. But anyway, and you can only go to 2 hands here. Some other places you can go to 3 hands, but I rebought for $500 in this area and spent. So when I lost the 4,500, that took about 40 minutes, and when I went to this area and started getting it back, that took almost an hour and 20 minutes. So we'll call it 2 hours total of playing blackjack. And I got the 500 up to like 2,000 almost immediately, and then hung around there for a long time. And then I bounced around between 1,500 and 4,000 for about an hour, and then finally got over the hump. I got to exactly 5,000, and it was a positive shoe. And you know, the little devil on my shoulder was like, you know, or I don't know, the devil or the angel, but you know, I'm thinking, I got to get out of here. I'm even. I got to go, and I'm like, nope, you got to keep going. It's a positive shoe, and I go from 5,000 down to 2,200, and I'm like, oh, I can't believe this. And then I came back up and ended a shoe at 5,100 as 2 guys wanted to sit down with me, and I'm like, well, time for me to go. Up 100 after 2 hours of play. I don't know where these guys are from. I couldn't even understand their accent at all. I couldn't even guess where they're from. So anyway, they sat down, I got up, and the pit boss was like, man, I was rooting for you. I can't believe you got your money back. I'm like, well, I'm really in for 6,000, but 5,100 is not bad. She's like, yeah, that's good. So anyway, ended up ahead $100 on the blackjack. After that, I went and looked at some slots, found a good play at $2 a spin, and lost $185 on that. Then found another play at $12 a spin, hit it on the 3rd spin, and ended up leaving ahead on the slots $401. So it's like the crazy, you know, you play blackjack for 2 hours and you played slots for 10 minutes. It's so lopsided sometimes, one way or another. So anyway, I ended up the session ahead, 100 on the blackjack and 401 on the slots. And we're moving on to another casino. So although it's getting to be almost daylight here pretty soon, I want to hit this casino, play blackjack here, and then go to the next casino, just look at slots for about 10 minutes. And then I'm going to go to a third casino and look at slots for about half an hour, and then we'll figure out what we're doing from there. So I don't want to keep rehashing all my schedule, but as far as work schedule, I only have one meeting at 8:45 today, so it's like a dream. But since I'm on call, I need to make sure that all my work gets done so I don't get called out, because the people I work with are the kind of people that will call you out. So anyway, I'm letting you go right now, and I'll be back to update you. Okay guys, I am back. You know, one thing I didn't tell you about before, and it just happened again, is the theme of today is splitting 2s to 4, splitting 9s to 4, and getting ace 5. Not 5 ace, ace 5. Ace first, then a 5, and then you double down against some dumb hand and get a 10 every time and lose. And that just happened again a bunch of times. Only one time today I had an ace 5 and got another 5, and I remember clearly it was a 5 of clubs. Anyway, I go in this place and check slots. I find one right away. I play it through, and I'm ahead $34. That's the only slot I found that had a play on it. and then I went and played blackjack. I had a little over 1,000 in chips with me. I played those, lost those right away, and then rebought for another 2,000 in cash. So I was in for a total of 3,000. And the loss happened like in the first quarter of the first shoe. Most of the money was gone. And then after that, I played for about 45 minutes or so, maybe a little more. I think about 45 minutes. The rest of that time, I was just slowly recovering, and you know how it is. You recover a little, you get knocked down a little, recover a little, back and forth. And the pit boss was a lady that I don't know. I'm sure I've seen her before, but I knew the dealers very well, as normally I'm at this place at like 10 or 11 in the morning, versus now. So I think the pit bosses might be on totally different shifts than the dealers. So I know for sure that the cage is, their shift is 4 hours off of what the dealer's shift is. So that's interesting to know. So that's the kind of information you want to help each other with. But anyway, I ended up, at my low point, I was down 2,500. My high point, I was up 400 at the end of a shoe, and ended up leaving ahead 400. So, it hasn't been the easiest day. Been a lot of downswings, but we've crawled back and we've made some money. So I ended up leaving ahead 400 on the blackjack and 34 on the slots. So right now I'm going to go to a casino where I've been watching a slot machine. All the slots are going to be cleaned out. I know for a fact, but not a lot of people look at this one because it's a little bit complex, and you can't even always see what you want to see on it. You have to wait for a certain rotation in the screen to be able to see what you want. So you'll have to sit down for a couple minutes to see it. It's a really odd machine. So I'm gonna go check that one. It shouldn't pay too much, but if I can pick up 100 or 2 would be nice. And then we're gonna go play slots at another casino and then figure things out from there. So I got a meeting coming up in a couple hours, so I'd like to be out of the city by then, and I need to have my computer on and ready to go. So anyway, for now, moving on to the next spot for a quickie, and then I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. It is Thursday morning. The sun is out. It's beautiful out. Just a couple clouds in the sky off in the distance. 65 degrees. Just beautiful day. Light wind. Very nice day. So we'll see how long that lasts before it gets really warm. But so far so good. I am moving on to the next casino, which will be one of the last casinos. Not quite there, but getting close. I did go into this one. I checked the machine that I wanted to check in on, and it was not in position. I did find one other one that was good for 3 spins. Spun that and ended up making $3. So just $3 in there. Luckily, it wasn't too far away from where I was. But we're going to move on to another place. Now, the thing is, I think I'm going to get something to eat and take a nap. Yeah, I think that's the best way to go. I don't think I'm going to play any more blackjack right now. So, yeah, we'll see. But I definitely want to get something to eat and lay down for a little while. And then we'll play some slots, and then we'll head toward home. Still some casinos on the way, and I'll be back to update you in a little while. Alright guys, I am back. So I did go to the next casino, and I got a little bit of rest, about 45 minutes in the car. Kind of sleeping, kind of not, but at least resting my eyes. And I did feel a little bit better, and I do feel a little bit better now. But it's daytime now, and it's time to get back to work. I went in that casino and looked at slots. There's nothing further I can do till 11 o'clock. anywhere in this area because I've just hit every shift already. So I did play some slots, and I was there for about half an hour or so, and then I ended up ahead $189, which, by the way, I believe in the last episode I said my first stop I won $184. It was actually $284, so $284. Anyway, I did get some yogurt for breakfast, and let's see, did I have anything else last night? I'm trying to think. I don't think I ate anything else last night that I didn't tell you about already. Let's talk about tipping. What did you tip today, MW? Okay, here's what I tipped. Yesterday, I got, let me think here. I got a W-2 for $1,408, and I did tip $8. So $8 there. And then I did have a blackjack hand where I tipped $5. You know, I put out a bet for the dealer, and it won, so she ended up with $10. So that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think. I had a waitress give me some water this morning that I didn't ask for, and I didn't tip her yet, but next time I see her, I will. Let's see what else is going on in the news here. Steps wise, so in the last 24 hours, I've already walked 17,500 steps. So getting my steps in, I'm eating better, getting a little bit of rest, so all that is good. And right now I am heading out of the city off to another casino where it's primarily going to be slots, although I have played blackjack there before. We'll see how things go. I do have a meeting about to start right now in a couple minutes, so I'm going to hop on that meeting and get my work computer all set up and looking good, like I'm actually doing the job I'm supposed to be doing. And we'll continue the trip on to the next casino, and then I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. I am just leaving this place, and I found some things to play, but just very few things. Primarily one machine, most importantly, and I'm trying to remember how much it was per spin, but it was definitely ready to go, and it's a higher risk play, but I would always play it. It was $3 a spin. I played that, took about a minute, and ended up ahead about 400 on that machine. And then I looked around other places and really couldn't find other plays. Finally found another play, and I go to play it at 60 cents a spin, and I'm checking through all the different levels and everything, and I find the one I want to play. It's at 60 cents. So I flip over to 1 cent denomination and I start cranking it, and about 5 spins into it, I realized I was spinning at $6 a spin. So I threw away $30 there. So that's always good when you throw money away for no reason. So I was a little disappointed with myself about that, but finished up that play and then went to another machine, same machine on the other side, and found a small play on that one and made a few bucks on that one. So overall, I ended up ahead $332, and that takes us to how did we do overall? As you know, at the one casino I had a pretty steep loss on slots, almost $1,200, and that hurt us a lot, but still ended up ahead. It's been, so since I left home, it's been 28 hours, and I'm ahead $4,689. So break that down, $4,689 divided by 28 hours, it's about $167 an hour. So, if you divide that by like the number of steps I took, comes out to about 26 cents a step. Is that right? Is that possible? Yeah, 26 cents. It's almost 27 cents per step that I took, times 17,500 steps is $4,689. So, wow, that's amazing to think of it that way. I never thought of it that way before, but it was a good day. Right now, I am heading toward home, and the plan now is to do work in the car as I'm driving, get home a little bit early, get a shower, get a nap, and then go off to my meeting, which would be just about an hour after my work would end. So just have to keep paying attention to my PC, make sure all my work is done, and then I'll head off to this meeting. And so now we can plan for tomorrow, and I honestly don't have any clue where we are for the week, but we can definitely plan for tomorrow now. I think we were up, I want to say we won like 1,700 maybe. Sunday lost 1,000 plus 200, so maybe we were up about 1,000, so we're close to 6 maybe for the week right now, just a guess. So if I could make 1,500 tomorrow, I think that would be excellent, and then have a day off Saturday and back at it Sunday night. So that's the plan right now for the rest of the week. I'm going to continue my trip, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, real quick. You know what I forgot? I forgot last week, a week ago today, I believe, was the 2-year anniversary of the podcast. So, wow, interesting. I might look at some statistics and update you on that later, but I can't believe I forgot about it. All right, letting you go. I'll be back. All right, guys, still on my way home. One thing I'm going to do is grab some gas before my meeting, and then I'll be ready to go for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be another long one. Just to give you an idea, this trip that I just took was approximately 800 miles, and that was about 13 hours of total driving that I did. So 13 hours of driving means 24 hours of gambling versus having to leave and come back and leave and come back and waste a lot of time driving. So these overnights are really helping me. Obviously I do have to figure out a way to sleep better. I feel good today. I'm still on my way home, but no tiredness at all. I feel fine. I don't know how I'm going to be in my meeting tonight, but anyway. All right. Did I already mention how I did for the day? I have no idea. Total was plus 46.89, so that's all good. All right, I'm gonna let you go. If you have any questions or comments, the email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.